Welcome back, Wolfpack. Verlis here to the last Fan Fridays for the week, and if you want to be on Fan Fridays, this is where you comment your battle code down below. So Ken's bringing the SUDOWOODO. Been hearing a lot of talk about SUDOWOODO recently, so we're going to see how that goes. Mimikyu, Vikavolt, Araquanid. So just some good, slow Pokemon overall. Wonder if that's going to be like Trick Room Mimikyu into just pure destruction. Also, look at the opponent right there with that fancy, expensive Komodo armor, costume, outfit, whatever, and the shiny Pokemon to back it up, of course. So now this is going to be SUDOWOODO Mimikyu, and gotta pay attention to that Mimikyu's level, guys. Oh, it's a level 1 Mimikyu and a level 1 SUDOWOODO. The double level 1s. Got a lot of that Pokemon Ultra, like, ever since, you know, the Pokemon Globaling, they dropped that level 1 Mimikyu, and now it's just under-level Pokemon all over the place, and just pure shenanigans. So, Double Protect, interesting, and Smeargle wants to Dragon Dance. Also interesting. So we got Reflect Dragon Dance. Crazy setup from the opponent. SUDOWOODO, I guess, just didn't want to get faked out, and Mimikyu, I don't know what it was worried about, but Mimikyu will avoid the Thunder Wave. Smeargle going to go for another Dragon Dance. So I'm guessing, like, strange Meowstic setup to give Smeargle everything at once, and then Mimikyu, no Trick Room, just going to get that Destiny Bond up there. Fancy, and SUDOWOODO's gonna mimic the Destiny Bond. Okay then, but it doesn't look like the opponent's going to bite or have any reason to. So this is a pretty weird battle right now. So that's gonna be a Thunder Wave landing onto the Mimikyu. Smeargle's going for Stealth Rocks now. So this is gonna be like insane Baton Pass from the opponent after gaining all those stats. So SUDOWOODO then has Toxic, because I guess when the Destiny Bond just doesn't work, you Toxic everything. So Smeargle's now Toxic. Mimikyu gets paralyzed, which is a little unfortunate. And we keep going through this craziness. So that's going to be hurt by the poison. And what is the turn going to look like right now? Baton Pass. So Smeargle is going to go for that setup into Baton Pass. Meowstic's going for damage, it looks like. And then Gyarados comes in. So Meowstic will use the Psychic onto the Mimikyu. Gotta break that Disguise. So that's going to be another weird aspect with his Destiny Bond chaining. So Disguise gets broken. SUDOWOODO has Toxic. And Toxic. Alright, so it's like just gonna Toxic everything. And somehow these level 1 Pokemon are going to Toxic Star. At least drag on the battle just a little longer. And Mimikyu has Pain Split. So that was another really good thing about the level 1 Mimikyu. Like, you got Pain Split. You have the Shadow Sneak to finish off like a Focus Sash, or anyone that just survives on like really strange circumstances. Meowstic's getting switched out right now. It already did the setup. We have Dragon Dance on the Gyarados as Smeargle also comes back in. Gyarados is protecting this turn because you never know what shenanigans a level 1 Pokemon is going to try to pull. And SUDOWOODO with Toxic will be protected on the Gyarados. Alright, so Mimikyu is going to Pain Split. That's going to be protected as well. And Smeargle's in for free. Which, I mean, I guess it works. You know, you're seeing all this Toxic happening. And then Smeargle just kind of chills and doesn't have to worry about that switching. So Mimikyu survives on 1 hit points with the Focus Sash. Smeargle's going to keep Dragon Dancing. And I wonder if we're going to see that Destiny Bond now. Like, eventually they got hit. Eventually things are going to happen. And that's why I thought it was weird. Okay, actually, never mind. I feel like Mimikyu used Destiny Bond just in case, because that's a Focus Sash on top of the Disguise. There's no way that Mimikyu would have gone down. So just giving the Mimic Destiny Bond to the SUDOWOODO, and I guess because shenanigans, like maybe the opponent just forgets about the Destiny Bond and gets baited into it or something, or at least you get to put it up there as like a front, like, hey, you don't want to be hitting me next turn, so I'm just going to use this Destiny Bond, and it's going to be GG right there. So SUDOWOODO going to protect. I mean, if Mimikyu protects, that could also be interesting. So that's going to be SUDOWOODO protecting the waterfall. Smeargle now Baton Passing those Dragon Dance setups into another Pokemon. And it's going to be the Infernape. So we got Dragon Dance Infernape, Dragon Dance Gyarados, still have the support Meowstic. And that's the Trick Room from the Mimikyu. Okay. Leftovers on Gyarados isn't going to matter as the poison starts to add up and take it down. There we go. And I don't know what's happening, guys. Like, I don't think Mimikyu, or not Mimikyu, I don't think a Smeargle has ever served its purpose so fully. Also, wouldn't you want to mimic the Pain Split? And there's a Berry Juice. Yeah, if you mimic the Pain Split, then that means you can just like Pain Split, Infinite Combo, and then turn SUDOWOODO into a Nose Pass, which is pretty interesting. But there we go, that's the Destiny Bond, but SUDOWOODO Berry Juices into the Sturdy. Gyarados gonna Waterfall, alright. And that's gonna be SUDOWOODO on the 1 hit points from Sturdy Survival. This is just one of the strangest Pokemon battles I've ever seen. Gyarados is going to lose a lot of health from Toxic. And now Infernape comes in with that Mach Punch. I guess the Infernape just forgot how Destiny Bomb worked. Because when you priority, when you get the speed over the user, you will take the attacker down with it, even though it's the next turn. So, don't do that. And then Gyarados comes in with that Waterfall, and that's going to finish off the Mimikyu. So Mimikyu will faint off of that, and I don't know what the opponent was going for. Like, yeah, if you're slower, it's just going to work until next time you go. Now we have Vikavolt technically still in the Trick Room, and then we're also bringing the Arachnid, which is still a really powerful Pokemon. That Water Bubble is ridiculous with what it does, and that's going to be Smeargle and Meowstic back on the field, but Smeargle doesn't have anything to set up into, so hopefully it just has, like, a Transform to pocket into as Meowstic supports. But that's Poison on the Meowstic, that's Poison on the Smeargle. Point Stones, that kind of hurts a little bit, but not the worst thing. And the opponent just forfeits. I don't know what happened there, guys. Like, you put up the Destiny Bond, so that just, like, scares off the opponents, and that gives you free Toxic, and then you just stall through it from there. I don't know. We gotta watch another one to see what happens in these battles. Wait a second. I just realized, if Trick Room was up, was that actually a heavy bait from the Mimikyu? Because, alright, we got the priority Mach Punch from the Infernape to take down the SUDOWOODO. That made sense. But then, we had the Gyarados coming in with the Waterfall. Did Mimikyu actually use the Trick Room again, thus giving it negative priority to underspeed the Pokemon, not take its turn, and then bait the Destiny Bond like that? Was that the brilliant play from the battle that I was supposed to catch? I was just sitting, I was like, wait a second. That was a little screwy, wasn't it? And then that happened. But then that's actually like strats, yo. That's something that you can pull for yourself, and then that's kind of crazy. So another thing that I haven't ever seen. I don't think I've ever seen that for Destiny Bomb, but it's definitely something that's viable. And then the opponent leading with the Sarina. We already saw this earlier for Fan Fries. Sarina. No fake out. Just nothing gets to happen right there. Mimikyu's going to protect just in case shenanigans go down. Smeargle could go for something as well. And just don't protect first turn. Okay. Don't try to tell this team what to do, apparently. Mimikyu protects. Sarina's Teeter Dance. Let's go be protected. And then Own Tempo come through. Waiting on that Smeargle. There it is. Alright, I got mad respect for the opponent. I love Own Tempo. Unfortunately getting nerfed. So Smeargle is going to come in with that Spore. Mimikyu will be affected by it. That's not good. So what's the SUDOWOODO going to do? As Sarina gets a Teeter Dance off. So yeah, that's actually pretty annoying. I will say it's pretty frustrating right there. Just, you're dealing with confusion. You're dealing with sleep. Really not much you can do about that. And then the level 1s are kind of getting wrecked. So how do you bring this one back is going to be the question. SUDOWOODO also has Double Team, because if you're going to Toxic Stall, you might as well make the opponent die by just adding an extra turn or two to the battle. Mimikyu is still asleep. So far, no damage has been dealt. So that just adds a little bit of interesting stuff to this. So that's going to be another Spore. Both opponents are asleep. Smeargle kind of doing what he needs to do. And now Sarina could take the offensive. That's going to be a Drop Kick on to the Mimikyu. Disguise breaks. So we got a Focus Sash for us. I mean, at any point, Mimikyu still has the chance to wake up into a Trick Room. And I don't know what Smeargle could be running as damage. Yeah, Mimikyu's timer is getting into potential odds right here. Sleep's just getting so heavily nerfed in recent generations. So yeah, it's going to be the Smeargle switch out. And then, is Sarina going to go for the Sturdy Break onto the SUDOWOODO? Or is it going to try to finish off the Mimikyu? So, Drop Kick, that's targeting the Mimikyu. Mimikyu's going to survive with 1 hit points, because that's how the Focus Sash works. And, are we going to see the wake up into craziness? Alright, SUDOWOODO wakes up though. It is confused. Teeter Dance Confusion into the Double Team. Might as well just make it happen. Alright, so SUDOWOODO is getting scary right now. And then Mimikyu wakes up. Confusion. Trick Room. Alright, so that's kind of it right there. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't, and the Trick Room will still be successful. So that's one of the things I was also talking about earlier, that, you know, with this weird double setup, You know, that rarely do just Pokemon get double focused like this. Even when you're putting out juicy level 1 Pokemon, like, you know the Smeargle's gonna have Sturdy, you know the Mimikyu is gonna be crazy, and the weird thing about the level 1 Mimikyu is you just can't break it in one turn. If you can't taunt it, it's just going to be there. So that's gonna be the Bulldoze. Destiny Bond into Bulldoze. Happens. So it looks like we're going to get that surprise trade right there. Mimikyu, that's Destiny Bond. Mudsdale goes down. We had the Protect from SUDOWOODO. So still a 3v3. Trick Room's up. Vikavolt could come out. And then things start to get weird. Or the Araquanid, alright. Wasn't thinking the Araquanid's... Actually, yeah, never mind. Araquanid's a great choice, because Serena, you just blow it up on like a Leech Life or something. Now, Crobat's in. What is SUDOWOODO going to do about the Crobat? Use the Toxic. Alright, so Toxic onto Serena. That's gonna be a thing. And then Araquanid... What is he doing? Didn't get to see much of the Araquanid. Z-move. I'm always hyped to see what kind of weird Z-move could pop out. So we're going for that Hydro Vortex, are we? Surround yourself with Z-Power. Full Force Z-move. Alright, yeah, no stat boost. Just a Hydro Vortex, Water Bubble. You know, I'm used to seeing like all these status moves and all this weirdness that goes on right there, but nah. When I saw Toxic on Serena, I was like, ooh, might take the offensive on the Crobat. And the Water Bubble, insane boost to damage. Z-move, insane boost. Stab, craziness. That's just way too much damage. Drop kick on Araquanid. That connects. It hurts because that's going to be an attack drop, but too little too late. Crobat goes down. And now it's Smeargle again. Smeargle was a frustrating little paint dog, but that's going to be a forfeit. Okay. So Trick Room. Okay, I like that Trick Room. You know, we saw a lot of this early Pokemon Sun and Moon. You know, just Trick Room into the Alolan Marowak, insane amounts of damage. We also saw the Vikavolt, insane amounts of damage. We saw the Araquanid, insane amounts of damage. The Z Water move. That's ridiculous right there with the Araquanid. Maybe Choice Specs or Life Orb on the Vikavolt. And then, yeah, so just like weird level 1 stuff happens. You know, you play around with the opponent. You got to break through a Sturdy level 1. You got to break through Trick Room, Disguise, Focus Sash. You have to just beat those Pokemon down so many times that, you know, if the opponent's going for any kind of setup, if the opponent isn't focusing properly, if they're trying to, you know, do their own thing, Mimikyu and SUDOWOODO start gaining a weird edge, and that's kind of it. So if you guys enjoyed Fan Fridays for the week, Ken's showing us a pretty crazy battle. Like, the strategy kind of came together in a weird way, but it happened, and that's kind of it. So if you guys enjoyed Fan Fridays, so if you guys have a great day, have a great week, have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you very much for watching.